Howdy all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome to episode 23, part 3 of my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2. In the previous episode, we delivered our first loads of cinnamon to the Colombo auction house. And in this episode, we're going to get started on expanding our rail network to reach this little mountain town in the mountains. If we can connect Kandy, we'll be able to also start transporting coffee berries to be processed into coffee beans, on which it can be exported via the auction house in Colombo. Also, at the same time, we'll also have access to this coconut plantation, which will provide us coconut oil. Speaking of which, it's also high time to also get started on providing some oil via ships as well. But first and foremost, I'll need to take out another loan. Let's see, I'll take about 85 million pounds. That'll do. Alright. They'll go there. And this one will go there. Alright. That coconut plantation is connected. Let's see. Is it too far? Nope, it is not too far. Perfect. That means these two docks will basically pick up the loads and bring them to the port. I better set up a new service for both of these. Ship route A. These ship routes are going to be the only ones to carry coconut oil, nothing else. They're going to be this color. Okay, ship route B. Unload and just unload. Now, since it's carrying coconut oil, I'll need to basically use this ship, the Zoroaster. We'll purchase 2 of these and assign that one to ship route A and the other to ship route B, and then we'll start picking up coconut oil as soon as it starts production. All the while, it's time for also to basically expand my rail operation to connect to this coconut farm up here. And, of course, since I am using a mod track, might as well replace this mod track with a much better one. Alright, now then, let's put the game back in play mode, and let's continue with the expansion. So the track out of town is going to be remotely flat. It's not going to have anything severe. Going to curve to the left. Well, actually, no, to the right. Make some cuttings through this area. Oh, I did not... This is not the right track. It costs us money to replace one type of track with a new type. Ugh. Well, it's because compared to the normal track, which is basically capable of 75, this one could go up to 87, so it does have a bit of a better speed boost, so to speak. Alright, we'll then connect to the main line here, add a double slip switch, and place down a signal for the coconut fountain plantation branch. And also place some signals so trains will know which track is clear or not. I'll add some more signals along the main line. Make sure they're in the right direction. And we'll get started on Freight Train B. which, after connecting to here, on track 2, after we get up a full load, this will be known as Freight Train B Coconut Oil. Now, all I have to do is basically acquire an engine to pick up those wagons. Well, to pick up those loads. So, we'll use the generic British 060 engine and a couple of these tank wagons. As, even though these British wagons actually carry anything, I'd rather carry liquid loads in these tankers, for realism. Actually, let's basically increase our loan back to 85 million pounds, and actually, let's change this to about 210 units. That'll work better. Alright. The engine will head up to the coconut plantation to pick up its load. All the while, coconut oil is waiting down at the docks to be picked up by my ships. All the while, some of my paddock boats have finally started delivering their loads of gold ore from the various mines or gold deposits along the route. If we can keep this going, we might be able to basically get a special medal for that. Also at this time, we need to also connect to, well, Kandy, and then start delivering coffee beans to the coast. Thankfully, there's a couple of coffee plantations not too far from town, so we can basically deliver them by wagon or by rail if we have a little branch line. Oh, my station hasn't even been connected to the... There we go. That was the problem. It wasn't connected to the plantation's building. But now, it's starting to load up oil, which is great. The Wilhelm First is now finally delivering its first load of gold ore. And there's still plenty waiting at the docks to be picked up. All I just have to do is just deliver at least 500 units, and once that is done, we'll just basically take these old depots out and get, well, those paddock boats sold off. Some of the local farmers could possibly use them that live along the coast. I also realized I forgot to actually change the track here at the station. Ooh, we're in the red. Might as well take out a smaller loan just to fix this track. Gotta get rid of this so we'll have some room. And then basically reconnect. There we go. Surprisingly, the station actually has been producing a lot of passengers. Though Ship 2 has been making has delivered some passengers, but this one has been carrying much more. Alright, that's good. Let's see. Only 80 units, but that's okay. As long as we keep these loads of coconut oil being delivered, we should be good to go. And my paddock boats are making quick work of delivering as much gold ore as they can to the docks. While my Wilhelm I has dropped off his first load of gold ore. Speaking of which, how much did this ship make? Ooh, nearly 800,000 pounds. That's a pretty good amount of money. Speaking of which, since we now have connected to another junction, I might as well add another signal box to the line. Alright. LMS, -1, wood, sloped. No, wait. Control end, side, right end, lamp, both. Alright, and it's the same for the station next to it. Well, for the building next to it. And that's actually kind of cool, I forgot to mention. This signal tower will actually make noises every once in a while, with the men pulling the levers inside to change the points and the signals. Huh. Thank God that didn't last longer than it did. But geez, my paddock boats are basically making a good amount of money. And there's still tons of gold ore waiting to be picked up. Actually, let's clone these a little bit more. Not enough cash. I'll just basically make another loan. I'll put it back to 85 million pounds and then just do another clone. The more gold delivered, the better. Speaking of which, how much did this train make a profit? Ooh, nearly 530,000 pounds. That's actually a pretty good amount of money. Surprising on how much loads of gold have been able to be brought down. These paddock boats is just what we needed. All these paddock boats will make the deliveries to the port a lot faster, allowing the bigger ships to basically have an ability to carry as much gold ore as they can. Alright, another load. That should bring us to a total of 280 units of gold delivered. Look at which, here comes a train of coconut oil. Not a full load, but 91 units is pretty good, all the same. Wait. Oh. I haven't actually set it for platform 2. It was still set to platform 4, which could be in the way of my cinnamon trains. My cinnamon trains haven't been very full, as of by the look of it. Maybe I should just reduce it down to at least 140 instead. Which, what was... Oh, free plank. I'll just change them all to 140 units on these trains, because they're not carrying a whole bunch of cinnamon. A lot less than I was predicting. But however, they're still making profit, and the auction house is actually doing really well. It has 100% for almost every commodity it's being brought with, except for coffee, which will eventually be the main case. Huh. There's still plenty of gold ore waiting to be picked up. I think I probably might want to clone this ship so it can carry 2 loads. Whoa. Over 130 units. And this ship actually already delivered a full load, which made about over 800,000 pounds. And this one basically made over nearly 400,000 pounds. Speaking of which, here's our transportation company building. It is kind of small, and I don't like the look of the location of it. Let's see. Let's place it somewhere a little bit away from town. Let's actually place it here. Of course, I gotta raise it up so the gate can match the sidewalk. My express train is still making quite a nice profit. Well, actually, let's have a look at our services. The only ones that haven't been making money is the coconut oil train and the cinnamon train, as well as some of our boats. But, however, our most profitable is Freight Train A2 with the cinnamon on board. Who knew a little train like that would make a lot of money? Anyway, it'll pick up its gold ore, and then we'll take it up to the auction house. So it should basically... We're almost basically done of serving the gold mines. Not gold mines, gold deposits. Because these gold deposits are not going to last much longer. Alright. These are doing pretty well. And our ship is actually doing a pretty good amount of money. I'm just surprised, really, that how come we never actually got wind-powered ships from the beginning, as all the ships that we start off in the game are just steam-powered. I mean, it's okay and all, but I mean, some transport games actually allowed you to use ships powered by wind. Alright. Just a little more gold to be brought in. 18 passengers. Let's see. Charts. Over 59 people at one point. That's actually pretty good. What about this one, though? Over 80. That's actually really, really good. Alright. All it just needs is about 80 more units of gold and it should be finished. And that should basically do it. Now, with the gold delivered, yep, the mines are all dried up. There is no more gold left. All of them have shut down. Although we could still continue to serve them, but the ships will eventually not be able to haul any commodities left. Any of that, loads left. So, time to sell these ships off and take down their respective depots along the river. Alright, that should do it. And of course, delete these lines. And then basically sell these off and get 2 new ones to become our numbers 3 and 4 of our shipping operations. Ship 3, you go to ship route A, and you go on ship route B. I might as well also start thinking about how to bring food and machinery to the mainline depot, to a freight station. I'm not so sure if a small ship could even navigate through something that small. This is actually quite a predicament. There's a lot of buildings already in place. I don't want to basically go through a very extensive and very time-consuming construction process just to access it. Although, I think I might actually have an idea. So, in some parts of the world, there are small harbor railways that actually deliver commodities down from a port to a mainline interchange if space is tight. So, why don't we try something like that here at Colombo? Basically, have one area in town connected to the port, like here, and then just bring the commodities down from there to the small freight yard, on where engines could then pick up their loads and take them away. That actually could be very, very beneficial. Though I'll have to figure out how to basically expand through this area. Though I think a good spot for our freight operations will be in this yard here. We'll basically make it a... Actually, let's have a look on how many destinations it needs. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 6 destinations with food and 4 destinations for those that require machinery. And Kandy's the only one that requires 2. We'll basically do about... Let's just put it in an 8-station platform. And basically... Oh, I forgot to mention. Tracks can only go to a maximum of 8. Meaning that once that happens, then you basically cannot expand it. However, yeah, we cannot expand lengthwise now. So I guess I'll have to make it a 7-track platform then, I guess. Because I need a siding for the trains delivering the supplies. We'll just change this to the exchange. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention as well that there's also the Spanish RN stations. Now, those big stations for these Spanish RN stations are not available right now. However, we can add a little bit of unique flair by using some of these stations on the platform. Some of these stations. Let's see. Okay. And let's see. Can we add like a small ramp? Oh, that actually looks beautiful. That's actually a pretty good looking exchange yard. Though these buildings do not do anything. So, meaning these are the only places that can store commodities. That's actually not good. So, I'll have to basically, and sadly, replace these buildings. Let's see. These medium side buildings will do. As basically, they're almost the same length as those other stations that we used. And they can hold up to 320 units, which is good. Alright, with that done, we'll also need to get started on replacing all of this track with a different type of track. Which also actually reminds me that I have the early cargo stations. I think I'll probably just add these tracks back for now. Place some of these down. Place these down. And that should basically do it for our cargo station. Oh. I actually forgotten that you can't expand farther out this way, and I have to basically take everything down and rework it on the left side of the station. Alright, that should do it. Okay. I think once we get these tracks all connected to the main line network, I think we'll basically end it here. Okay, let's see. Let's actually rename this again to Exchange, as it's the old station name. We'll have 340 units, and the station looks very much better now. Of course, however, I want to make sure that at least the harbor branch is actually connected to the main line. So let's basically start expanding the track out. We can basically build the extension to the harbor exchange from this track, though we'll have to go under this road bridge. That's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Let's see. Okay, that'll do. Construction not possible. Alright. Stone viaduct again. Although the track down there is a little more lower. But other than that, we can then expand by connecting this track to here, and then doing this here, now allowing trains to easily enter and exit the harbor branch. But now I have to also set the signals for this branch so the trains will know when a train is entering or exiting the port line. Which reminds me, I've also got to place down some of these signals to basically tell trains that there's a junction ahead that will take them either to the station, the Colombo freight yard, or to the harbor exchange yard. Let's see. Okay. Connection not possible. Oh my gosh. Really, game? Really? You know how difficult it is to actually lay down all this track? Alright, that looks good. But I might as well start building the extension track that allows trains to enter and exit the harbor. I know it sounds weird, but I want the engine that works at the Colombo Harbor to basically be privately owned. It's not owned by the railway that I'm operating, it's actually owned by the port. So, while the engine does indeed work there, it basically works for the Port Authority, delivering wagons of supplies, machinery, and food out to the mainline interchange, where my trains will then take them to their final destinations. Now with that done, let's start expanding the line. It'll go for town, round this curve that leads to the village, that leads to this village. But then it will have to basically find a way across. Actually, I thought of a good idea for a good aesthetic. Okay, so it will come out this way, it will raise up, but instead of a stone bridge, it's going to be using a much more cheaper wooden trestle. Alright, that's all done. Now let's set up a new service to basically serve the harbor. Okay. The only thing it's going to be used to pick up is just food and machinery. But it's going to be a 50% for each, so it will have half and half. And it's all going to unload at the harbor. It's going to be pink, and it's going to be known as the Colombo Harbor Line. And I got to change this from exchange to harbor. And that should basically do it for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!